if you're white, yes, you are racist, even if you think you're woke.
I swear you can find the funniest videos while you're sitting and taking a shit. Is anybody else gonna tell her or not? I'm gonna go ahead and let TikTok destroy her while I sit and try and wipe my ass with this white ass racist toilet paper.
Like this person, my ex-wife thought our child was too young to learn about racism. Children should be children. My daughter is 9 and I have been teaching her about racism for the last 3 years. One of the documentaries that I showed her had graphic images of black people being hung and dogs being sicked on them. My daughter turned to me and said, "Daddy, I understand why mommy doesn't think I should be learning about this stuff now." I reminded her that her aunt's first time being called the N-word was at the age of 8. And I asked her, "Do you think that black children have the option to choose whether or not they learn about racism?" She replied no. So I asked her why white children should have the privilege of not having to learn about racism. Focusing on the comfortability of our white children instead of teaching them about racism does them a disservice because it prevents them from being the best humans that they can be. Although racism makes white children uncomfortable, it makes black children dead. Learn up.
When did it become okay to shit on white people so much? I genuinely don't understand it. Like, I'm half Mexican and half white. Does that mean this video I stitched? You're not special. You're not woke. You're poison. Go outside and get some sun and get off Twitter for a bit, huh?
I'm not. I'm not, lad. I listen to Jason Derulo 3 times a week. The first girl I ever kissed, she was mixed race. And me ma has a black and white cat, so how can I be racist?
What?
You know why even triggered?
Because I'm black?
So how come I saw you watching Friends instead of Fresh Prince the other day?
Because Friends is a good series.
You know what, besides the point, I'm just saying the only people who don't see us go to heaven.
And Nick?
No ma'am, I have been reliably informed that you do not have to be white to be racist. Take for instance Mr. Potato Head. He has quite brownish skin tone and now we have decided that he is also racist and must be non-binary, non-gender conforming. Now I understand that tequila does come in Blanco, but I have also been reliably informed that tequila is racist in a form of cultural appropriation. This is brown. We also have the Muppets. Racist if I've ever seen them. This guy, green, also racist. Miss Piggy, she might look white. She's pink. That's what pigs are. They're pink. Still a racist. Don't let them fool you. They might look white. They're yellow. And you know what? The Simpsons are still racist.
Instead of being hurt or upset that you were called racist, ask yourself, why were you called racist? This isn't even just directed at the person I'm stitching. It's overall about the sentiment of people being more upset that they were called racist than why they were called racist. I do believe that the statement, all white people are racist, sounds drastic because it is drastic. It is supposed to elicit a reaction, and that reaction shows how you truly feel about things. I genuinely don't believe that all white babies just come out of the womb racist, but when you take into account that we live in a society that values white lives over non-white lives and basically teaches white people from birth that their place in society is above literally anyone who isn't white and that that's just normal, there is bound to be some implicit bias.
Dude made a whole video in reaction to someone saying all white people are racist, and he was like, isn't that a little extreme? Isn't that kind of gonna like push against the cause? It's gonna make white people like be upset. So you shouldn't say stuff like that is so extreme. White people are gonna stop being allies to you. You hear yourself? You hear yourself? He said, it's not nice to call me racist. That's not nice. I don't like that. But here's the thing. If you think that the only people worth fighting for are people who keep you comfortable, that's white supremacy. That the maintenance of your comfort is more important than the rights and the safety of other people, that's racism. Because we exist in a culture that has been influenced by white supremacy, yes, we are all racists. You're exhibiting peak racism in this video. So sorry if I hurt you.
Stop it right there, lady. Everything you said about people based on race by saying that all white people are racist, that is 100% accurately false. And not just that, that is just a bunch of fake news, bogus crap. Have you ever heard of never judge a book by its cover? Because obviously there's no such thing as anyone being inherently racist because of the color of their skin. Like what's this? You got to prove anything. If all of us are racist, which is not true, explaining why there's people like me who do not support or tolerate any forms of racism, discrimination, prejudice, or hate, or any person against other people because of their race and skin color, nationalities, or any other personal characteristics. There's people like me who support and defend and uplift people who are outside of the color of their skin. And tell me why there's people like me who built relationships, friendships, dates, and married people outside of the color of their skin. Unless how you can still think that people are inherently racist because of the color of their skin actually shows that you may actually be the racist. It also shows how very naive you really are and so quick to judge. And yes, you are racist, indeed, because you are being prejudiced by judging people that look like me because of the color of our skin. There's no such thing as, like I said, as any person being inherently racist because of the color of their skin. And yes, being prejudiced is racist behavior. You should know than ever judge a book by its cover, so re-educate yourself on that.
Wholeheartedly agree. I think this whole notion of you can't be racist to white people is definitely on the list of the stupidest things I've ever heard. And people always want to bring it to, you know, who holds the power and who's the majority, yada, yada. And that's just not what the word racist means. Like, what we're not going to do that stupid thing in 2022 where we like to pretend words can mean whatever they want. Because quite literally looking at the definition, it says prejudiced against or antagonistic toward a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. And then the last part, typically one that is a minority or marginalized, but typically doesn't mean all the time. If you hate someone or you talk shit about people because of the color of their skin, even if they're white, it's racist. It's literally that simple. I'm so confused as to how we're confused on that. Sounds really familiar, like the argument that women can't be sexist towards men. It doesn't matter who does or does not have the power. Racism and sexism is still the same. Now, systemic is different.
Then I see another racist. She's fairly truly white.